Hi artists! We're going to start a project called Blackout Poetry, and that's why I have all these torn book pages here on my table. So these will be in your classroom. They're random. They're just torn pages from old books that were retired. And if you don't have access to these pages because you're a remote learner, you're welcome to upcycle an old book that you have permission to use from a grown-up or something that you're no longer using. All you need to do is get one page, and that's really it. So you can also use a magazine. There'll be magazines in your classroom. You can find pretty much anything that you can black out in text. So you can cut out some text out of a magazine, article, or newspaper even. Newspaper is great too. So try to think outside the box of a book if you don't have access to these pages in class. You will have the opportunity to collage on this, so the magazine pages that you've been gathering will be put to good use. Also, you can use these wacky things from Price Chopper and Shaw's, for part of it. So set those aside. To show you how this starts, you gather a page. One page is all, and it's random. Look through the pile, decide what looks good to you from eyeballing it. Don't overthink it. Don't look at it and read the whole page and be like, oh, I don't like that. Just randomly pick a page. Even if you shut your eyes and point to it and pull it out, that's great too. So I'm going to pick one myself right now, and here we go. Let's try this side. So what you do, go to your next clean page in your sketchbook and place your paper on there. And basically what you're going to do is just scan your page for words that are interesting or pop out at you. So those words are what is going to form your poem. And poems that come out of Blackout Poetry are random, weird. Some of them don't make any sense, but some of them can be really, really cool. So think it through, look and see what makes sense to you, and then go from there. So in the beginning, you want to pick out as many as you can, and then you can pare it down as we go along, cross them out if you don't want to use them anymore. The hard part is getting them back after you start blacking things out. So I'm going to just start with this word, scurried. Lion and a tiger. You can do phrases. This wasn't going very well. Breathe through. Was she kidding me? Think again. Dragging. Perfect robot. Frantically scan my brain. And then I think, I don't know, this is kind of weird, so how cute is that? Done. Working. Alright, so I've identified those. I've blocked them out with squares of pencil. You need that pencil to do this with. And then I'm going to go back and cross out what I don't want with my pencil, just so I know. Just go through each line with your pencil. This way, if you mess up, you can go and erase over what you didn't mean to black out. So a lot of times it's just good to find descriptive words or nouns that are kind of weird, like in this one it was brain, lion and tiger. Just be sort of random. Alright, so that's the next part. So you've blacked out that, and then you're going to grab your Sharpie out of your art kit. And some of you have the Super Sharpie, some of you have the fine point. Either one is fine. The Super Sharpie obviously has a thicker tip. It'll go faster, but take your time. So I'm going to just slip this under here to create a barrier so I don't wreck my page. And I'm going to simply black out wherever I have lines and words that I don't want. And what is left behind is the poem. It becomes the poem. So you're literally blacking out this whole page, except for what you've identified that you want to keep. So just go slow, and this first part is really just blacking out the initial part, and then you're going to go back and make it into like big chunks of black, and I'll show you an example. So here's an example of another one that I started. So I went back and I rectangled out my words that I want to keep with my Sharpie, and I started filling in the areas that are white with my Sharpie. So this will all get filled in with black. I can use a ruler to make this perfectly uniform. I can leave it messy. It's all up to you. It's about making that text pop out. So basically, when I'm done, this one is going to read crazy listening, happy uncomfortably, I zone out and glare, impressive, worry, he screwed up. I could tell it wasn't a good thing. I glanced back in the mirror, eyes asleep, it's me against everybody. So that came out pretty cool. And then you pick a name for it, and you're going to take your finished poem and stick it in your sketchbook. And here's where more creativity can be added to it. This is another one that was completed earlier. It's called A Dream. And basically I collaged all around it from magazine clippings. I also added crayon detail, and it makes it pop. So this one says, a dream, earth, determined, heard father's voice, doorway. You were not fully alive. Tears flow. I want him to see the castle our house is. 4 rooms. We have only our hands. You are to go. So there's some weirdness to that one, but it is interesting, and you're welcome to make the frame of your poem as different and creative as you want with the time that you have. So the rest of this video is going to be sped up, showing you how I finish out these couple of ones, and have fun with it. Any questions, just email me.